Good afternoon, good late afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Claude, also known aka S1 Sandman. Now, as you can probably tell, things are going to be a little bit different today. Immediately off the top, obviously, the voice is different, the man is different. One Mr. Ghost has handed over the keys and allowed a couple of the boys to jump behind the wheel and steer this thing for a little bit and see how we go. So joining me today, we will have Troy Big Guns. Troy, are you there?
How you going, Claude?
Good, mate. How's things?
Good.
Okay, how are we going to go with all this today, you reckon?
Well, you got off to a good start, so I reckon we can keep rolling.
Okay, let's hang in there. Let's see how we go. Just no promises being made today, ladies and gentlemen. Essentially what we're doing is we're going to be running a couple of practice races for some of the new guys to introduce themselves, some of the new drivers who we haven't seen before, and also the new commentators to have a crack and see how we go. So we have, I believe, first up a, what do we got, the M3 BMW race, which will be running a 10-minute qualifier and then followed by a 30-minute race. This is going to be epic. And then after that, I think we got 20-minute qualifying for the brand new Ferrari One Make Series, proudly sponsored by Next Level. And that is going to be a 20-minute qualifier followed by a 50-minute race, I believe.
I think it's 15, isn't it? 15, yeah.
15 qualifying? Okay, stand corrected. Very good. Sounds good to me. This is either way I'm tipping I'm going to be battling to get through to the end of it, but let's see how we go. What else do we need to get through at this stage? Sean, I would...
we've got a few new drivers, so that's going to be interesting to watch tonight as well.
Yeah, a couple of the fellas that we've got there having a look. There's some quick guys in practice. A couple of guys let off and left the field behind, which is quite interesting. So we're going to have to keep an eye on some of those new drivers. Apologies today. Sean did stuff up on you, Sean. Didn't give me corner names. So they are going to be corners 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the bus stop, and then the rest of them. It's not Sean's fault. It's not Sean's fault. I should have made further inquiries, but we'll deal without the corner names for today. I hear some typing away there, which might mean messages for me or messages for someone else. Otherwise, we're... not for me. We're
all right at the moment. You're doing well, mate.
We're still going okay. Alrighty, boys. So what we might do, as there is no purple sector today, let's make sure everything's... looking
I'm
good.
ready.
Fit to
I'm
screen.
ready to start qualifying when you are.
Beautiful. Let me get myself organised here. And
A little bit of a short field tonight too. We've got 11 runners.
okay, so we got 11 of. Oh well, what's that? One short of a usual full field.
3 short.
Okay, 3 short of a usual full field. Righty, mate. Whenever you're ready to go, we are good.
Everyone seems to be in, so we're going. Yeah, there's been a few fast people already, so...
Yeah.
And they're the new blokes.
Yes. Always seems to be the way, doesn't it? This will be interesting anyway. Now, let's see how excited we can get about this start. Let's see if we can make Sean proud.
Go get him, Claude. You'll be right, mate.
I think that the 10-minute qualifier around here is going to be pretty... get out, get in, get your new tyres and get back out again.
So in that sort
short.
of pre-practice session, we got to see a couple of the new guys that we were referring to, and I think one of them was Captain Muffin, who seemed to show a clean pair of heels. Tank Master as well. Captain Muffin will be one to keep an eye on there in the Gamesman BMW.
I think another one to watch out for probably is going to be Stickers and Mr. Bumcrack, because they weren't doing too bad in the race either. Along with Wombles, I should say, as well.
And they were strong performers last season too, particularly Stickers. Who else have we got out there from last season? Brain Ache. Oh, Dadson. Old school. OG Dadson. Well, it's a track that a lot of guys have driven plenty of laps on. So not a lot of learning to be done. A few laps here there should see you reacquainted. And it's a track that most guys seem to enjoy driving too. So hopefully it makes for a nice close race.
I think it will. I think the bus stop is going to sort a few out.
It always does, doesn't it?
So Buffer sets off on his lap. We'll just quickly run through the field. We've got Buffer, who's taken off there in first. Tankmaster. We have Brain Ache in the beautiful pink team. Name the team for me.
PC.
Beautiful. Muffin, the gamesman. They are...
That'll be Switchblade.
Switchblade, beautiful. Shinobi, Chill Out. Well, that's a new livery, that one, for this season.
I'm not sure on that
We'll
one.
have to come back and check on that one.
LLCR or RCLL?
Then we have Mr. Bumcrack. You should know that one.
Yeah, I think he's in that.
That
Pretty
mob.
good
Yeah.
Ragged Edge.
That mob. Yes, mate.
Shinobi's in RCLL.
RCLL.
Yes, which is D-Flow's new team.
Gotcha.
Team for the season.
Gotcha. That's why it caught me out. Stickers. Bacchus. That's Dadson's team, isn't it?
It certainly is.
And Dadson. We've got Kaz1, the Kazzy one, or the crazy one, I think Sean calls him.
Crazy one.
He's getting around in another one of those gamesmen.
Yeah. He's in Switchblade.
Switchblade. We got Streetle Juice. Streetle Juice. Forgotten Island. That's
Red Mist. No.
That's Karen's
Obsession.
team. No. Obsession.
No. Obsession. I think.
Yes.
Right. Well, we'll work on getting acquainted with these teams. Buffer and Womble.
I think.
Yeah, with Red Mist, of course, last year.
A few of the...
37.6 straight out the gate. That's a pretty fast time.
Now let's take care of a few of the things we're meant to take care of that are easily forgotten. So names are off screen and the right info's on screen. So what are we looking after that first round of laps there? Tankmaster leading the way with the 137.6. Okay, so he's set the standard. As we said, Tankmaster and Captain Muffin, two quickest cars out there at the moment.
Yeah, they're not hanging around.
We're 2/10 between the two. And unsurprisingly, as we said as well, we pretty much picked them, mate. Or you did anyway. Third and fourth Stickers, Bumcrack, couple of the guys that raced last season.
Yeah, I didn't see... Dadson was a bit of a latecomer to the practice. I don't know what he's going to bring to the table, but sure he'll be up there.
Yeah, you'd expect to see Dadson up the front end, for sure. We've got Tankmaster coming straight in, so he's only going to set the one lap and put some fresh boots on.
I think by the time they come back out and run an open lap, they're not leaving themselves much time to come back in again. So.
I think Captain Muffins there has allowed himself the opportunity to set maybe another 2 times, maybe another 2 laps. And it should be another 2 laps for all of them, really, I think. This one and maybe one flying lap after they stop.
It's actually pretty good to... BMW is pretty good to drive around Dragon's Trail.
seemed pretty stable as we sort of semi-jump on board with your boy here, Mr. Bumcrack, working through his way through the fast S's as he works his way down the hill. Yeah, I think it's a car that suits the track. Probably more so than what the boys will be driving later on. Jim Bob took the Ferrari for a spin out today and found it a handful. Didn't we, Jim Bob?
Absolutely average, to say the least.
Yeah, this one's a little bit easier to drive.
It's a different car. It's a lot better than they used to be though, so they've come a little bit. The being in the McLaren for that season, I think, might have helped me a little.
Oh.
Yeah, the McLaren.
It's still up top of Bathurst in ashes. Never to be driven again. I'm expecting Womble to maybe jump a few spots. There's not much time left though.
No, we're down to 3 minutes.
I'd be pulling in this lap, grabbing a new set, so you got enough for an opening lap and then a flyer. And he's not.
Well, nobody was really able to improve on their first flying laps. Oh, just as you say that, Womble comes in with a slightly quicker 1:38.9, and that's leaving him in 6th at the moment. So solid from Womble as he takes off on another flyer.
Big hello to the boss man, he's just tuned in.
Has he? Cox plate time. Righto. Cox plate.
The actual brain ache in the airwash car, they don't look too bad with the black rims, even though they're pink.
I haven't noticed.
No, don't say that too much because, you know, 2 or 3 tenths, remember?
Oh, right.
Those boys don't need it.
Oh, that's getting a little bit wild through the bus stop there, Captain Muffin. The Muffin man, he got a bit sideways, but could be on a good lap here. Currently sitting in 2nd, 2 tenths behind our leader in Tankmaster. He's run wide on the final corner. That's going to cost him. Oh, a little bit wild that lap, but he has improved. He goes to top by 4 1/1000ths of a second. A hair in it.
Got enough time for one more as well.
Stickers also improves.
Tankmaster just coming around the last corner. See if he can improve.
Hello, Shaneski.
Tankmaster. We'll find him. There he is.
Oh, he's got it.
He's got it. Not a lot. That top 3's tight, which is good to see. Stickers is competitive with the top 2. He's only about, I think, 2 tenths as he runs off the track. 3 tenths behind the top man. He's just going to park it there for a while, I think.
Day done.
Tankmaster's just gone purple.
And it's got a little bit of traffic there, but it could work in his favour if that car in front is quick enough. Could give him a nice tow all the way down the hill here.
Another, since it's a test stream, Claude.
Yeah.
F12's another good one to press.
Yeah. That's going to bring up helmets and stuff, is it?
That's the one.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, let's play around.
And also, I think if you press 0 on the controller, you're going to get the purple sectors come up above the cars.
0 circle.
Yeah.
Aha. Special. Is that timer something we want there?
Yes, for quality it is, yep.
Yeah, okay, my bad. Boom. Late one. Tankmaster slightly improves. Takes pole position at this stage.
Yeah, nice work.
It's pretty tight between 1 and 2. Tankmaster and Captain Muffin are
You know what?
setting the standard.
He's done it. There's nobody else out there that's chasing a lap other than Buffer. Pinched it by 15 1,000ths of a second, or hundredths of a second.
Big shout out to the fan club too. Have made the journey out here for the test stream.
Really?
Your boy Dadson will be racing tonight. Now, even.
That's right, yeah. Stickers is on there as well. For Dadson Racing. Come on, Bobcat.
Let's do it. Lights green. They're away. Looks like they've all got away fine. And the mad rush to the first corner. Oh, side by side.
It's tight.
They're sorting themselves out fine. And it is Captain Muffin with a slight lead. And we'll have the inside line as we race down to the double right-hander here.
Nice clean start.
Oh. Jeez, he just slightly unsettled and it's worked in his favour. Tankmaster's used that. He was nearly gone then. Somehow he's saved it. Not only saved it, he gained a position.
There's no give or take in these corners, is there? People just want to stay as far up aside as they can,
and
trying
this
to get
is
the pass move.
A section of the track they're on now where you need to lift when you're racing tight in a pack like that. You can't keep it to the floor like you might otherwise. This is insane, boys. We've got 5 cars here. Where really there should only be 2. All right, here we go. Heading up to the bus stop, first time round. Tankmaster slight lead over Captain Muffin. Will they all get through?
It's looking good.
So far, so good.
Not a bad first lap.
Well, they've all got through safely by the looks of it. As they slowly start to sort themselves out into a single file rather than 3 and 4 wide.
It's actually staying a little bit tighter than I thought it would.
Yeah. Our pre-game predictions weren't quite on the money, but we do have a bit of a gap opening here with the top 3. A different line taken into turn 1 here. Well, it's officially turn 2, I suppose. Captain Muffin trying to put Tankmaster off here. He's showing him plenty of the car in the right mirror, the left mirror.
It's always different. Your quality, you're just going for your best lap. The race always seems to slow them down a little bit.
And so it should, you know, when it's as tight as this, you know, and if you're chasing quality times, good luck to you. And good luck to those around you.
Stickers was right there. Now he's just started to get a gap, so he might have had a little bit of a mishap in the corner.
That's allowed bum crack to close right up on him.
Yeah, that's right, Shaneski. Those bloody tiring BMWs are out front again.
That's the one we're after.
Streetle Juice is not going too bad either.
Bum crack.
The Obsession cars have turned out pretty well as well.
Yeah, Bumcrack's putting plenty of pressure on here. And he might have a go here. It's tough around the outside though. So they're side by side into turn 1 and 2 and he's pulled it off. Stickers loses a posse to the Ragged Edge Racer.
That slipstream down the front straight, use that to excellent effect, didn't he?
Gotta like how those BMWs have turned out there, Troy. Looking pretty as always.
They look pretty good. He's done a good job.
Boys at Auto 1 will be happy.
That was a Stickers livery.
Have a quick look through the field perhaps and see what's happening behind these guys as they spread out a tad.
Oh, wait till you see the Ferraris.
Hang
They
on.
look
Hang
pretty
on.
good.
Yep, you will see a Ferrari today, so Hijack is not doing too bad over in the 458
Okay.
at the moment.
Well, this is real tight still up front.
Stickers just hit the wall
Has he? Any damage to the car?
through the bus stop. Nah, his car seems alright. He's got away with it. Brainache's running a bit wide on the exit of the last corner. I don't think Buffer's going to be too happy all the way back in 10th. He was looking to be more up with the front pack.
Is there a boy to get... sorry, boys. Is there a way to get rid of the timer on the main screen?
F1, F11.
F1, F11. Beautiful. Thank you. Grazie, grazie. Alrighty. Yeah, these two are going to be joined at the hip, I think, for most of this race. There's no clear advantage here. Might come down to stop, might come down to taking care of some tyres, saving a little bit of fuel. Might be all that it takes, but they've put a little bit of a gap there on bump crack.
Yeah, he's holding third down well.
Yep.
You see the top two, even though they're a little bit quicker, they're not using any more car than the people behind, so they've got a little bit better driving style, I think. Even though they're pulling away.
Here we have one of our new guys, I believe, in Shinobi. Shinobi sitting in 7th. And Dadson's just managed to put a nice little pass on the inside of the final corner there. As he moves himself up to 7th. And now sets out after Streetle Juice, who's sitting in 6th.
Oh, I think Shinobi's got a run on him.
He's come back again. The beauty of one-make racing, isn't it?
I don't know if it's a beauty.
It can be frustrating.
We still have the Ferrari.
Now, we have lost somebody out the back. And it's the crazy one, I believe. Must have come unstuck through the bus stop. And that's pretty much race done for him. He's too far back to be able to do anything from there.
It's one of them tracks.
Yep, unfortunately, it's one of those tracks where that particular mistake, ruins your entire race.
The hardest thing is when you jump into the Group A groups and you have a mistake, you won't catch back up unless you're one of the aliens.
Exactly. You have to have that almost second lap advantage to be able to do anything about it. The battle rages on.
I get the feeling that Tankmaster and Captain Muffin might race together a fair bit.
Yeah. What are they sort of listed? Does anybody know where they're listed to drive next season within the BMW world?
I think they're both in Group A next season.
Yeah.
Group A. Okay, well, that'll be interesting. They'll find competition there.
It's still good to see Bumcrack and Stickers though. They're not dropping off too fast.
No. And again, not knowing entirely what are we at, 21 minutes, so third of the way, nearly through the race, but we'll have a bit of an update on tyre and fuel in about another 5 laps. It's going to be the difference between the top 4, well, definitely between the top 2.
Yeah, they are both in Group A next season.
Both in A?
Yeah.
Yep.
And of course, the bear with me a minute, with the Muffin Man driving for Switchblade this season as well. Expect to see 20 different liveries from that team.
And somebody's got to be working overtime. Probably the good doc. Thanks for the kind words, good doc.
Unfortunately, the good doc will be spending most of his retirement years now doing liveries for Switchblade Sim Sports. So
That's right.
I'm sure he'll be having second thoughts about not driving this year.
Now, obviously, Diago's got to be racing today. Is he in the Ferrari room? Is he in there?
D-Flow at the moment is not in the Ferrari room.
Diago
is, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just one of the fan clubs rocked up. Yeah.
Yeah. I think both the Datsun Racing Ferraris have actually made it today, so
In this field.
Diego is definitely in the house.
I think have we had an early stopper? Looks like we might have had an early stopper back in the field there somewhere.
Hang on, I will tell you. It looks to be Womble.
Womble, okay, interesting.
Womble has a fresh set of boots on.
That's 2-stop territory. Is that what we're sort of expecting from most of the field, or are we? It's usually a one-stopper in this class, isn't it?
Most of the time, yeah.
Depending on the track, really, I guess, as to how your tyres go. But if it was me in a test stream, I'd just be flat out.
Yeah.
Using all the tyre you can so you can pit. And then crash, that's what I normally do.
Here we go. Clench. Yep. Well done through the bus stop. The top two clearing away here. Yeah, 5 seconds clear of bum crack now.
They're all getting through the bus stop pretty clean.
Yep.
Tell you what, the red on that Lucky's long haired BMW looks really nice to see.
The Toro car?
Yeah.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
It stands out. Pops.
Looks much better than it did last year.
Yep. Could have a little bit to do with this nice time of day racing too, you know, where there's a bit of sun and you can see.
Yep.
You get a bit of reflection of the sun. And
I think the silver on the deeds is working alright as well.
silver on the deeds,
Behind
yeah.
it. But I'll probably say that the Auto 1 car's topped it.
Not biased comments there, of course.
No.
No bias there.
No.
None at all.
Oh, I like that little touch of paint on the rear wing there of the Toro car. The German flag colours. Attention to detail, boys. Good stuff.
Karen reckons the BMW liveries won't change all season. That'll be interesting.
Okay.
Who wants to put $20 on that?
All right. As
Not
we
me, anyway.
lap 8 as we have a look and jump on board. And then not on board with Mr. Bumcrack, and that battle's now closed right up. Stickers has a bit of a look. Doesn't affect Bumcrack in any way. Perfect line through the corner. But that's about to go off, I think. 3rd and 4th.
Oh, Captain Muffin's in.
He's in. Keep an eye on that fuel load just to do a bit of a comparison once we see the other leaders come in. So that's a slightly early stop, that one.
Yeah, you can just see the difference in fuel usage from Stickers to Bumcrack now, because Stickers is just passing him, so he's probably got a little bit better of a car.
Right.
But he's used less fuel, so Bumcrack, just to stay in front, is definitely pushing the car. Stickers is sitting at about quarter of a tank still, and Bumcrack is down to about half of that quarter.
Okay, that's considerable. So, sitting behind Bumcrack for most, or the plumber, I don't like using Bumcrack, has served Stickers well there. He's managed to save a fair whack of fuel.
And Captain Muffin has come out with just under a full tank.
And where has he come out here? Let's see if we can't find him if he's any dirty traffic at all.
He's come out in 10th, I think.
In 10th. There he is. Yeah, he's out in the clear, so this is going to be interesting. We'd expect Tank Master to come in this lap, I would have thought. Here he is.
I think the Toro drivers might need a bit of an update on the pit entry.
Righto.
Oh,
I'm glad somebody saw it. We missed it.
cross the line
Stationary.
a little bit. Oh, yeah, we did too.
He's on the move.
So he's 3/4 filled.
No issue on the exit. Okay, so there it is. We have a sort of two different tactics in play. Because he's come a long way out in front out of Captain Muffin. What has he got? He's got 2 seconds. He's got nearly 4 seconds.
But I don't think Tank Master will make the 14 to 15 minutes on 3/4 of a tank, though.
Right. Cut it too fine.
Womble's still got about half of the last quarter left in his tank, so he's going for the long stint. I know. He's the one that pitted for fresh tyres, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. We'll have a quick run through the field now. Things are sort of, as they start to sort themselves out. We had Tank Master out in front by 2.5 seconds from Womble, who was the early stopper. Captain Muffin, our early leader's just come out of his pit stop, taking more fuel than the leader. And that's cost him the lead now. It's whether Tank Master can play with those 4 seconds and conserve enough fuel to maybe get to the end. He's got a... You'd think it's not enough. You would think it's not enough.
Maybe they've done the figures.
Fourth, we've got the plumber under the pump. Brain aches all over him. They've been at it for a while.
Stickers. What's happened to Stickers?
Oh,
Stickers has hit the bus stop.
has he?
His engine is dead.
Ah, what a shame. That car's not sounding good.
Back to 11th.
Oh, man. Yeah, front end damage. Pretty nasty looking. He's made a meal of that livery.
Could hear the collective sigh from the fan club from down here on pit lane.
Cha-ching. That's going to cost money. Okay, Tankmaster's extended his lead over Womble. Just maintained it over Captain Muffin, who's now closing in on Womble at a quick rate of knots. So it's a 4-second gap from first to second, and we've got a clear fuel advantage for Captain Muffin, which is the story of the race at the moment.
Womble will be in this lap. He is on the fuel light.
That's great news for Captain Muffin, because if there was another lap, I'd fear it'd start to cost him time. Getting stuck behind Womble here, who's on, used tyres.
It's like the Bathurst day with Jamie Whincup. Pit this lap, pit this lap.
Yeah, he's done well there, Womble too.
No, I'll just keep driving.
Oh, there's another nice little pit entry. Mo's here, I think. He's watching.
Lucky it's pre-season.
Well, he's coming on fumes, so he'll now fuel up to the end of the race, but it'll be interesting to see where Womble rejoins. It'll be a fair way down, I would have thought.
Well, the gap's now out to 4.6, so he's not conserving.
Well, there's the other side to being lighter on fuel, isn't it? The car's lighter, which is you know, you'd expect him to be able to run slightly faster times, and at this stage he's running about 0.2 of a lap quicker
Yep.
than Muffin, but it'll all sort of come down to those last few laps and whether he has to stop again or not. What is he looking like fuel-wise?
Tank Master?
Yeah.
He is just about to flick over half a tank. Captain Muffin is 2/3 of the
Righto.
tank.
Yep.
There's not much in it.
No.
Tank Master might have his numbers right. Captain Muffin might have just overfueled.
Yeah.
Bit taily out of the bus stop for Captain Muffin. Bumcrack's doing pretty good, still
Yeah.
to 63rd.
Yeah, he's managed to get away from Brain Ache for a bit, who's now in a pretty intense battle with Streetle Juice. They've survived the bus stop another lap. And Womble, who's rejoined in 6th position. That's a pretty good result for Womble on the alternate strategy.
Yep. I think Womble was sitting in 9th or 10th at one stage.
Yeah.
I could have that wrong because I'm not actually trying to remember tonight.
It's a different looking car, that black and blue Kmart. Kmart, is it? Am I reading that right on the side? Forgotten Island. Cart, sorry. Cart.
Yep.
Kart Magic.
It's a pretty looking car.
This is very good.
Bit of damage on the front left there. He's said hello to a wall at some stage.
So have a look at the other cars and see if they got any blue on them.
Yeah, good point. Forgotten Island.
Shinobi sitting in 7th too. That's not a bad effort.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a rough front end too, so he'd either been rubbing up against other cars or...
So he's driving for D-Flow's new team, that's right.
Correct. Called.
Race cars like something.
Okay.
RC double L, mate. That'll do.
All right, the plumber's got the support of Sean of the Ghost here, which is not his teammate.
Not biased.
Oh, it is his teammate. Of course it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Racing cars like legends.
Like legends, that's it. I knew it was like something.
Aha.
We'll get around it. We'll get all the new names.
Yeah, eventually.
We're gonna have to do something about that one, mate. Find something that rolls off the tongue a bit better than that.
So what was it again?
Oh, Stickers has lost it.
Oh. Again, he's having a bit of a nightmare. Yeah.
He's definitely burnt the rear tyres out
Oh,
there.
geez, that car's looking ugly. He's been in the wars, Stickers. It's a shame. He was showing real promise early. He had the speed to compete, almost compete with the top two, and definitely a podium on the card.
Gee, that thing looks average, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, if you're going to do it, you may as well do it in these practice races, eh?
Wow, this is true.
I think maybe he's had a bit of a mishap with the pit because his tyres are fairly worn.
Okay.
Not just the back.
Missed the entry.
Maybe you forgot to push the button to change your tyres as well.
Yeah. He is definitely 1.5 minutes behind the leader, so he's definitely off pace. Having a moment.
Okay, as we have a look at this close battle, it's developed between Shinobi and the Womble. Womble's all over him.
It's not a few different lines out of that last corner too. You can take it wide and exit early, or come in early and exit wide.
It's really hard to work out which is the faster one too. I remember back in the day following one Mr. Can't believe his name's slipping me. Help me out here. Black light. Gee.
Wardo.
Thank you. One, Mr. Wardo. Sorry, Wardo. And he always had a really late entry into that final corner, but carried amazing speed through it. And you'd try to do it and you just end up flying off the track. But there is a late entry into that corner that allows you to carry speed. How to do it is beyond me. These boys are side by side now coming into these S's. Interesting.
Oh,
Mature Womble. Nice. Get him now. Time it right and you'll get him now.
He obviously learned his lesson from the Nürburgring.
Yeah. That was really well driven there.
He's putting the pressure on.
He's going to go. I think you're going to have to give that one up, mate. Oi, little nudge. It just costs you time. Nothing major, though. That's good.
Might have, I might have needed maybe a little bit of racing room there from Chernobyl, but it wasn't too bad.
No.
He did back out of it too, which was nice.
It's a fairly aggressive sort of dive up the inside there, and ideally, probably for his own benefit, would have been better off not touching him. Oh, there we go again.
Bust up too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Bumble's pitting.
Let's get to the front and see what those leaders are doing. We had a 4-second advantage, 4.6 second advantage. It's now at to 4.9. So he's extended it further. He's still doing that sort of 10th a lap quicker at the moment.
Was that a 3-stop for Womble?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
I got a feeling
Kart magic.
had a bit of an issue as well, because he was out to nearly 6 seconds not that long ago. Or he's conserving fuel. But I don't think you're going to need to with 4 minutes left to go and a quarter of a tank.
So captain's going to make something happen here. The return of the captain. It's going to have to start now.
So the top 5, top 6, top 5 to 6 all got a quarter of a tank left, so I'm guessing they've all run their numbers and they've sorted it.
Yeah. Don't think we're going to see much of a change in that top 5 or 6 either, just quietly. Tankmaster's really worked this out well, and I think Captain's just made a slight error last lap there. It cost him a further 3/10. But solid drives nonetheless from a couple of the new fellas.
Well, we can't really say anything till the end of the race, because that bus stop it can wreck your race.
Absolutely. That is true, but these guys are sort of announcing their arrival, letting everybody else know that they're here to play.
Of course, the new guys also graduates of the awesome Auto 1 Community Series.
Yep. Yes. Which is the way to do it, isn't it?
That's it. We did have to find a fair few from the Community Series this year, which was good of all the guys to step up.
2 green beacon cars running 7th and 8th. Buffer and Womble.
Here we go. Teammates. Driving orders? Yes? No.
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 Womble still hasn't quite finished his new rig yet either. So hopefully within the next few weeks he'll have that all buttoned up.
Right on.
Everyone will be able to see it.
So we've only got 1 week to go, don't we, until we first round?
Really?
Yeah, next weekend.
Geez, we love a quick turnover, don't we?
I'm not ready for it, I know that.
No rest for the wicked.
Yeah, Group A next weekend.
Straight back into it.
We are lucky to be getting these test streams out in time.
It's really been a pretty commanding result in the end by Tankmaster here. He continues to pull away, out to 6 seconds now in that reworked Toro. Beautiful red. Love it.
I tell you what, though, he's on the fuel light.
Is he? Well, that was a question.
He might have to do another lap. I'd say he's going to make the extra lap. That could cause some drama.
Has he worked out the numbers right?
But then Captain Muffin's also on the fuel light.
Both of
Everyone's
them.
on the fuel light.
Right. Look, I don't think they're making. I don't think they're making an extra lap. I think this is the final lap, boys. I don't think they're going to be doing another one.
No, I think you might be right.
Even if it requires him to stand still for 3 or 4 seconds. Nah.
Well, he's timed it to perfection.
Commanding performance. Tank Master. A name to remember. For season 2. Takes a win. Well done, mate, on debut. That's the way to do it. Captain Muffin with a 2nd place. No complaints there. I'm sure his TO will be more than happy with that showing. As will this fella's TO. Well done, the plumber.
Good run. Good pre-season test start for Bumcrack.
Yep.
I wonder if Tank Master got a new car this year, or if that's the chassis that D-Flow used last year. You gotta ask the question, don't you?
Streetle Juice and Brainache in 4th and 5th. And Shinobi got 6th. That's a pretty good outcome for
Well, these boys out of fuel, are they? Because, oh, geez. Womble and Buffer Dadson ended up getting Buffer. I think there was a couple of boys there that were out of fuel.
Oh, I reckon Buffer was giving Womble a push there. It looked like it anyway.
Right.
And the crazy one crosses the line with a quarter of a tank left.
Okay.
Wow.
There we go. BMW practice race.
Pretty good test race, I think. Isn't it? Drama in it?
Yeah.
Nah.
They did well to steer clear of drama for the most part. Worked out well. I think Sean usually clicks over to something like this now. So yeah, not a bad start. Thanks for that, Troy.
All good.
You've got stuff to do. There's grand finals to be watched tonight. And what's the weather like up in Queensland?
It's pretty miserable today.
Oh, is it? I was going to say, it could have been a good thing the grand final wasn't held in Melbourne today, because we've had an absolute shocker.
Apparently it's supposed to be worse up there.
Yeah, righto. That's interesting.
I had a bit on today, and I had to bring my machine home to do a bit of levelling. We bought a new camper, and as soon as I brought the truck into the yard, it rained.
Right. Oh.
It's always my luck.
So we move on. We don't want to sit around wasting time, do we? We want to keep everything nice and keep it flowing. No use wasting time. Not with the grand final coming up anyway. So Claude needs to get out of here and work his way over to the Ferrari room. Thanks for helping us out with that first race there, Troy. You going to stick around or are you going to take off, mate?
I could stick around for a little bit.
Yep.
I've been looking over the buttons and I've got my list down of keyboard shortcuts.
Yeah, well, I was... You got to have 10 eyes to do this thing. I don't know how he does it, but... yeah. Got the list there in a very prominent position at the moment. It's not really helping all that much.
That's still good.
Yeah, slowly. Alrighty, mate. I'm in here with you. Whenever you're ready, we can kick off.
All right. So I think we've only got 9 runners today. We might have a couple jumping over from the BMW race as well. So Just wait for those guys to jump over and then we'll get on with it.
Yeah, I think
Looks like Dadson's moved over.
Dadson was jumping into the Ferrari, I think, to make some numbers.
Morgan still hasn't entered the lobby yet, so if you're watching Morgan, you better hurry up, mate. I'm waiting for you.
It's going to be interesting to see the Ferraris run around because I'm a little worried about driving them.
Yeah. Early testing's been tricky, has it?
I've done it.
Sorry, I thought you go try.
I was only going to say I've probably done a handful of laps and it's not my favourite car.
It's going to take some work. I think you did mention, though, that you thought you'd figured something out with it.
I think I've figured it out.
Yep. Yeah, looked like we were saying earlier, I think it's going to be really interesting for the first time ever to see all these aliens racing in the same car. All the excuses out the window.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's see who's got it.
Have you got room in your room?
Yeah,
mate, jump
in. Yeah, jump in.
For another onlooker?
Yeah.
Makes it a bit easier that way.
So they might all be in the same car, but of course the screen always rises to the top. We've had Brocky's put down a couple of really quick laps. Diego's done some pretty quick laps as well in that Nitro car, that Dadson racing car. Sorry, so we'll
good to see the G-Man in there.
All right, let's go.
Let's do this.
Buffer did have to push the boss over the line.
Because he was out of fuel.
And I can never remember which one that is, but I think that's Lucky says the Fezzer is OP.
Well, it's going to be in this race and the season.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what the parody boys say about that.
We've got some good names in the room here tonight.
Yeah, no, we've got a few really quick guys. Artie Thump's been quick as well. Hijack has been up in the mid-pack all evening, so...
I'm not expecting my season this season to be very good, but I'll try my best.
That's all you can do, mate. That's all everybody will be doing.
The MRs just do not agree with me.
No.
Well, we got some big names in here for this practice race. Some real big names. We got DB in here. 007, of course, racing for probably... No, let's not use that angle. Racing for Counterpunch Racing. Of course, we're extremely happy that he's stayed with us for yet another season, and he's happy to be about too. Scotty G there as well. Scotty G's over on the other side of the CP garage this season. He's over at Cornerstone, and on the back of what was a really impressive season, hanging on to all those really, really fast guys in Group A last season, and he's looking forward to doing the same again. Brocky in the field, no introduction required.
No.
What is he? The 4-time, the 2-time, the 1-time? Oh, these are all these times.
4, mate. 4.
4-time. I should know that. I know what it is, but you know.
He doesn't need any more than what he's already got.
We got Nux, and this will be the first time we see the seasoned Ferrari driver take on the guys that are sitting behind the wheel for the first time.
He should have a bit of knowledge.
He should.
How to drive it.
I know. I reckon for a fact he will not want to overplay that fact, though.
No.
You know, he'll be. Don't take anything away from us, boys.
It's hard because when you look at Brocky or DB007, they could jump in anything and drive it fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then same with Knuckles. The Knuckles has come a whole season to get used to the Ferrari. And hopefully he can do well this season. Now everyone's in the same car. Not that he didn't do bad last season, just this should be the year the season that he can potentially step up.
Artie Thump in probably the most Ferrari-looking livery we've got out there. Artie Thump is racing for Jim Bob.
CJ Esports, mate.
Beautiful. Nicely turned out. Bright red livery there for this season. Is that a test livery?
It's only a test livery.
Yep.
Yep. Liveries will be unveiled this week sometime.
They're all holding him back a little bit.
Yep. I think we're about down. There he is, P2. Boss man's happy about that.
Can't hide it, can he?
No.
Nor should he. That's an impressive first lap.
Not quite as impressive as Brocky, though. He did a 1 minute 36.8. It's not a bad first flyer.
I think any lap that's within a second of Brocky's lap times is an impressive lap. And he's sort of 0.3 behind their hijacker. Yeah, interesting start. Nux in third.
4 tenths down the road.
Yep. 4 tenths, but only just, 5 100ths behind hijacker's time. Artie Thump a further 3 tenths behind.
I think Artie Thump's going to be one to watch this season. He's going pretty good straight off the bat.
Quiet achiever, Diego, Armando. He's sitting in 5th at the moment.
That Prez, I think of his looks really good too, doesn't it?
About a second behind Brocky at the moment. Scotty G, about the same.
I don't know if you can, on the front of Diego's car there's a couple of stickers. Look like our liveries.
Jesus Christ. So we just started early, have we? Yeah, I think there's something on the back there too.
Could be.
There's definitely a couple of is it Auto 1 stickers on the bonnet of that Ferrari.
Could be a little bit of a
Can elaborate there?
Helping hand from another team this season.
Ooh.
So Nux has moved himself in as second. Basically an identical time to Brocky there.
Yeah, I was just about to say he's closed that gap up, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So Claude, what are we seeing from DB007 at the moment? Is this a...
Good question. I was just looking through the field there and seeing his name nowhere to be seen. I haven't given him any instruction whatsoever. He does his own thing. But we had a bit of a CP photo shoot session a couple of nights ago, and he's doing pretty much what he's doing now. No, I'm not hitting any panic buttons yet. I think he'll be right.
We might be struggling with the Ferrari a little bit, mate.
Yeah, well, I think there's obviously going to be a period of transition, and it'll have come down to how much time guys have put in this early. You know, he's getting real slidey there as we're looking at him go through the bus stop. Some guys may have put in some solid hours already, and others might not have, and that could show in a race like tonight.
And for the people that don't drive these cars or sim racing, it's a totally different car to drive to your Skylines or your Lexuses or your rear drive cars. Your rear engine, front engine cars.
DB jumped straight up the third, just ended up in there with a 36.9, so
he's woken up.
He's just teasing everyone.
So that there leaves Hijacker sitting in fourth, Artie Thump 5th. Diago in 6th. Scotty 7th. Dadson 8th. Good effort, Dadson. The other Tyrone in the Aussie Hampton Fezza.
Fezza, yeah.
Yeah. Car's looking quick. And what do we got there? Black Project in what would be the Good Doctors team. Black Light. Black Light. How could I forget Black Light?
You'll probably get in trouble for that.
I didn't.
That car looks absolutely fantastic.
Mint.
I love that car.
Alrighty, so these guys have pitted and they're starting to come through.
Diego up into 4th.
Yeah. The fan club will be happy with that.
So Nux has moved into 2nd and he's 0.07 off Brocky.
I'll tell you what, there's nearly 4.5 tenths between 1st and 6th. And then Scotty's another 6 tenths of a second down the road.
It's tight.
It is.
It's what we're hoping for. Any predictions, boys? Any predictions, chat? This is the first hit out in the Ferraris, all in the same car. Which way are we leaning?
I'm going to say, I'm going to go with Knuckles. He knows the car back to front by now.
Yep.
But Brocky seems to have a hold on it too. I think Knuckles is just going to look after the car pretty good at the moment.
I was going to say, he's probably got that advantage, hasn't he? The strategic side of it, the amount of fuel, the tyre consumption, all things he's really familiar with, which might give him a slight edge here.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that.
Oh,
Diego's
Diego! Brocky goes faster with the 36.6.
Getting that kind of a feel to it again with Brocky up the front.
It is, isn't it?
Hijacker's improved his time slightly. As we now follow DB to the line. No improvement from DB.
Look at the numbers. They're all in the thousandths of a second.
Yeah, it's crazy, eh?
It's 0.3 from Brocky to Nux, and then it's 9 thousandths of a second back to
DB's had an off.
DB.
So that's ruined this lap. On board with Brocky as we plough through the bus stop. How does he do it? Slight lift. Butter smooth, no bouncing around on the curbs.
Oh, Knuckles. From Knuckles.
There's that late entry line I was talking about earlier. Oh, he's in. Which means
pit entry good.
Probably most of them will be in, yep.
Nux has got the pit entry good.
I'd say DB's coming in because he had an off earlier.
Yep, they're all coming in.
They're all coming in and they're going to have that one last crack.
Now you can see the difference in fuel even with Hijacker here. He's saved 11 litres.
Diago's going to complete a lap here. No improvement.
It was an outlap.
Was it?
Yep.
Okay. So he's on his way.
Oh, Hijacker's had an off. Oh, he smashed the back of the Ferrari into the wall. So there's an expensive start for the Ragged Edge boys.
Well, lucky we are funded enough for the pre-season.
Till at least the end of round 2. Victory is required. Nice and early. Well, 2 minutes left.
So the top 5 are on an out lap.
Serious end of qualifying now. Brocky with a 3/10 gap on Knuckles.
Oh, Diego's purple. Down there in 6th.
Oh.
Oh.
He's pushing it.
He
It
is.
could be a good lap, this one. And you know, it takes nothing to get this lap because they're all so close.
What's he got?
Boom.
Not
36-7. Wow. That's a surprise. I'm surprised by that.
Lost a lot of time on that last corner, I think.
I have seen Diego practicing a fair bit, so he's definitely trying to get used to the Ferrari. Oh, Scotty G's in the fence.
I haven't seen anyone go purple yet.
We'll get a first indicative time now from Brocky.
He's purple. Brocky's purple by a 1/10, nearly 2/10. Oh no, he got loose and hit the wall through the bus stop there, Brocky. That's probably done his lap.
He's up by 10th as well.
Okay.
We're going to
Definitely
see
happy hour.
we're going to see a good lap here from Knuckles too.
There it is.
To the top.
Wow.
What's Diego got?
Hardy thump doesn't improve.
Hijacker.
Hijacker.
Boom.
Wow, there it is.
There we go. Front row of the grid.
There's DB. He's purple. Gets it done. Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa.
Holy smokes.
Whoa.
136 flat.
Wow.
He just nearly half a second there.
Tell you what, he's got nearly almost a quarter of a tank of fuel on still too. The rest are on the fuel line.
Wow. They had another
Yep.
2 or 3 tenths in them there. Easy.
Well, I'm going to love yous and leave you.
No worries, mate. Have a good one.
Thanks, mate.
We'll catch up with you on... When are we catching up? Thursday?
More than likely.
Done.
See you then.
See you, mate.
See you, mate.
Alrighty. Just me and you, Jim Bob.
Let's go.
We wait for this start. Got 2 lights, 3, 4 lights, 5. Green light, off they go. Away, bit of tie spin from DB. And that's allowed the 2 on the inside through. Knuckles straight to the lead.
Got
Seems
Brocky on
like
the
they've
inside.
all getting through okay. No major dramas. Guys playing it clean. Good to see.
Yeah, it's really impressive.
But it's usual suspects out the front. Brocky manages to lead the way. Knuckles second. DB third. Diego putting a lot of pressure on.
DB's got his flashes on for some reason.
He's just saying, here I am, boys. I'm a CP driver, get out my way.
yeah, probably. Hijack has lost a few spots. He's back down to 5th.
Yep. Well, definitely the big winner out of that start has been Brocky, and DB unfortunately just saw that he got the tyres spinning a bit much off the line, which has undone some of that great work he did in qualifying. Start side by side at the entrance of the bus stop's not a good idea.
No.
As we have a look, Diago clips the wall on the exit of the bus stop.
They're 4 wide behind Artie Thump. Artie's having a big look at Hijacker here.
Oh, we left. Didn't even know that was going on. So as we settle down at the end of the first lap, we've got a front three of Brocky, Knuckles, DB who have cleared away. As Diago gets a massive move pulled on him by Hijacker and gets loose on the exit. Hijacker may have redressed that.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Come to terms with that car, Diago. The rear end is all over the shop.
Tell you what, Artie's jumped up to 4th, so he was a huge benefactor from that.
He has been.
Scotty G's caught right up to the back of Diago as well now. I see Mo's actually put a hamburger on the camera of that black block car as well. Very nice little detail there, mate. I expect another bag for that, son. That is pretty cool, though.
Let's see how they all handle the bus stop. On lap 2. Oh, no, Scotty G. Put the Moz on him. Riding on board.
Oh.
And he's come to grief.
Yeah, that car's broken. Right front corner's gone off it.
Jump on board with DB now, who's right on Nuck's rear bumper. Will he pull the attempt around the outside? Always tough.
Looks like, oh, he's got it done easy.
He's done it.
Wow. That might have been a little bit of I'll leave you to it, sunshine from Knuckles there, I think.
Yeah, well, you know, what do you want to be risking at this stage? Probably not a lot in a practice race like this.
No. .37.1 from Brocky on his first fly is not a bad effort either.
That's good speed, isn't it? Well, proving its lies at the moment, these boys. They're spreading out. Let's have a look towards the rear of the field.
Scotty G's had a shocker down at 10.
Yeah, just that. You know, as we said in the BMW race, you come to grief at that bloody bus stop corner here, and your race is done.
Yeah.
And he's now off the rear of the field.
I think most of these guys are in Group A this season too, for the Ferrari Challenge. So
this is an interesting one. We got Dadson in 7th, racing the wheels off the Fezzer.
yeah, he's doing well.
Yeah, it's managed to get himself out in front of Black Project's lost it through the bus stop as well.
Oh no.
We're not going to fool around with replays today, boys.
Left rear damage on that car.
But we shall. As we go back up the front.
So Brocky's got just over a second now over DB. The CP conglomerate's looking strong again.
Conglomerate. Such an ugly word. Don't like it.
It's the only one I know, so that's what we're rolling.
Yeah, no, this is interesting. You know, it's obviously under the CP banner, but there's no love lost here. This is two guys that are going to want to get one up on each other at any opportunity, including a practice race. So DB will be wanting to close that gap and get out in front of Brockett at his earliest opportunity.
So these two are in Group A too this year, aren't they?
Yeah.
Henry?
You'd expect both of them to be up the pointy end of A.
Yeah, definitely in Group A this season. So,
and of course, Nux sitting in third.
oh, big lose at the bus stop. No damage though on the Lucky's Lawn Care Ferrari.
Was that Knuckles, was it? I noticed he'd run a little bit wide. Look, all of these cars are looking a little bit unsettled in the rear end, to be honest. Especially in the entry into the corners, they just start to slip and slide a little bit.
Yeah, I think most of these guys are still not quite used to the configuration of the car yet.
And you wonder whether it's just going to be the way the car is, and the guys that are able to find the edge, so to speak, more consistently are the ones that are going to perform well. But if you push it that little bit too far, geez.
Punishes you, doesn't it? Hardy Thump's ready to have a big look at Knuckles here in third. The other two are split away. There's nearly 3 seconds between DB and Knuckles in third now.
Yeah, Nux he's not getting away from Artie, and there he goes. Look at that for a slide around that corner. Massive slide.
Artie's get it. Oh, they too.
Yeah. Had to.
Yeah.
The other side, now the other thing you got to consider is with these cars sliding around, is what's this rear tyre wear going to be like?
Just having a quick look now. The top 5, they're all pretty much exactly the same.
Pardon me.
The other two have used... Oh, DB's cutting around Brocky too.
Oh! That's happened in a flash.
Yeah.
Well, should I try?
It'll be alright for today, man.
We've given it a go.
Oh, look out.
And we've missed it. It's all right.
He's put a gap on Brocky. He's put nearly 4 tenths on Brocky already too, so he's flying.
He's found something, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Be interesting to see whether Brocky can respond here. And immediately, just watching him going through those S's there, you can see Brocky's car considerably looser, sliding a lot more. Geez, these cars are going to be demanding.
Yeah.
It's going to take the very best of these top-end drivers, I think, to just keep him on track, and then secondary to be quick.
Knuckles has having a look at Artie Thump there
Yep.
in third.
On board with him now. Oh, loose again, Nux. He's having trouble getting through the bus stop, and that's now going to put him into hijackers.
Oh, hijack is just blowing him.
It's just going straight past him.
Around, yeah.
We won't tell hijacker that.
This will be upsetting Knuckles a little bit. He wouldn't want to be back down here, this far down this track.
So Artie now got a clean piece of road for himself.
Be interesting to see if he can claw some of that gap back.
What you might be able to see him do here is clear away from 4th and 5th, because they're battling it out now. And as you know, as soon as you get into these battles, time gets lost.
That's right.
And it'd go a long way to helping him get a podium here. So early days yet, lap 7.
Knuckles isn't going to want to hang around too long behind hijacker either, so...
Knuckles needs to come to grips with the bus stop. He's now been out of shape through there 3-4 times, and mentally that starts to play on you. You know, you get to about... Where are we? We get to about here on the track, and you start to think about what's coming.
Yeah. He's tucked up right under hijacker's rear wing there.
Yep. Much better that time.
Yeah, got through there a lot better.
Still, I think still had to lift to deal with the second part of it because he's lost again 6/10 of a second where he was jammed up against, so he still had a hard time getting through there. As Hijacker puts in a massive slide around the final corner.
Oh, DB's in. Wow.
DB's in, we got Nux in, we've got Hijacker in, so 3 of the top 5 come in. And the winner out of that, well, DB. Massive fuel save. Nux with a decent fuel save too, just quietly. Now
Yeah, they didn't put much fuel in there.
Looks to me like they've all put different amounts of fuel into the car too. So some might be running shorter second stints than others.
Yeah, Hijacker's definitely put the most in out of those 3 that pitted.
This is a dangerous little period too, straight out of the pits in these cars, I reckon, when the tyres are cold. I think you're going to find guys making mistakes first lap out.
Jeez, Artie's used some fuel to get up, should keep up with these guys though. He's just on a quarter of a tank.
Just reacquaint ourselves with the leaders here. Brocky now clear out in first with a 2.7 second lead over Artie Thump. Of course, DB was the early pit stopper. Out of our leaders. Expect Brocky in either this or next. Yeah, he's in now.
Oh,
Nice. Yeah, that slide. There's a few of them doing it. Brocky again with a fuel advantage over Artie here. So those 2 front runners, DB and Brocky, both managed to save big amounts of fuel.
Lucky it's only a rental Artie's driving, isn't it?
Could I get a fuel update on the top 2?
Alright, so top 2. DB, who pitted 1 lap ago, he's got just under a quarter of a tank. Just under half a tank, sorry.
Yep.
Brocky, who's just been out in the weeds, he's got just under 3/4 of the tank.
Okay.
Obviously, new tyres.
He's managed to put a gap on him here. And I'd say it'd just be that fuel load difference.
Yeah.
But again, you're seeing all these guys on outlaps sliding dangerously on cold tyres. Might just pay for some of these guys to be a little bit careful as they come out on that first lap.
Artie Thump's put the most fuel out of just about everybody. I think he nearly full fuel then, so.
And he's got a nice clear piece of track all to himself, as does Diego. Mr. Popular.
Yeah.
All alone out there.
He's just pitted and he's got 2/3 of the tank left in the car.
And it's a strong 6th position at the moment.
Good job by Dadson in 7th as well.
Yes. Very impressive. He's got a couple of high-profile drivers behind him. Is he sliding around? No, he's nice and traditional
Well, so
around that final corner. Sorry,
DB
mate.
DB did a 36.2 last lap.
Qualifying time was a 36 flat, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's
so he's
fast.
flying. He's in 5 form. He's got himself adjusted to the new car very well already.
Let's have a listen to the Fezzer.
Everybody's fanned out quite clean bit too at the moment. Hit the forward, jumps hard. Damage on the left front.
Well, unlike all pre-season predictions, we've spread out.
Yeah. Well, we've spread out a lot too.
We have. Look, it's not a traditional A field versus or B field, so that you'd expect it. It's a mixture. We've even got some BMW drivers in here, so that'll all be leading to some of this spreading out that's occurred. And also, obviously, the strategy's been played out too. We know up the front that DB has taken on a substantial amount less fuel than Brocky, and that'll tighten them up. Nux in third. He's the one to watch. He's the one you'd expect to have worked out the numbers best.
Yeah, Brocky's on half a tank. So he's got way more fuel than DB does.
The only problem for Knuckles is he's still struggling with that bus stop. He's hit the wall again. So you've got to wonder whether he's got much more left up his sleeve. He's pushing hard. He's pushing hard and he's seeing these front two get away.
Hello, Dutch Racer. Hope you're well, mate. That gap's out to 8 seconds, nearly 2 between DB and Brocky, so he hasn't let up. But he might be in this lap.
DB?
DB?
Yep.
Yeah, he could be in this lap. Hijacker there in fourth.
I told the boys early in the week that red paint, it adds speed, and it's looking that way.
It's looking that way, isn't it?
Counterpunch red, and that Bez Media white. They wouldn't listen to me.
A little bit of red on there as well.
Oh man, that's close. The margin of error there is tiny. It's so aggressive, that line through the bus stop.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Oh, Knuckles actually got through that one pretty good this time.
DB's going around again. So we maybe give a quick look further down the field. And they're just as spread out as they are up the front.
Diego's catching Hardy too. Just not by much, but he's catching him.
What do we got? 2.1 seconds at the moment.
Okay. Tyrone's on a personal best fastest lap here. The Aussie Hampton car. Diego's taking more time out of Artie.
Continues to chip away.
Yeah. Alright, so DB's on the lights, so he'll definitely be in this lap. Hijacking through the bus stop. Nice. Alright, DB's in. Rocky should follow go around. He does. Knuckles should go around. He does. Hijacker will definitely go around.
You'd probably expect Rocky to go around at least another 2, wouldn't you?
Yeah, he could go around 2 more times.
Yeah, just with that extra bit of fuel he took, whether he chooses to do so or not.
DB has come out with just over half a tank right in front of Hijacker.
Hijacker would do himself a favour here and grab onto the back of that Ferrari out in front. Fallen out of the tow already, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think that Ferrari out front's just too quick.
Just uses so much of the track, DVs. You know, he's up on the ripple strip at every corner and using the whole width of it. Finding, oh no, and no, Hijacker.
Oh,
and that's a bad one. That was a bad one. That's engine damage for sure. That's going to feed him all the way down to the back of the field.
That's the right front corner out of that car anyway. You're going to probably pit this lap too, so that's a double whammy for Hijacker.
He's decided to stay out here.
Yeah, proves me wrong.
That's a shame. Another victim, another one bites the dust.
Yeah.
All right, so Brocky out in front, familiar position.
Yeah.
But with strategy yet to play. He owes us a pit stop. At least one more. And he, well, they all do, but he probably will end up owing us 2. But the interesting thing will be post this pit stop. How much fuel has DB got on board at the moment?
DB, he's got just under half a tank.
Just under.
He'll definitely have to come in again as well.
Nux in front of him.
Nux is on the light, he's just about out, so he'll be in this lap.
Yeah.
Rocky might go around one more time.
Oh, slide.
Yeah, so Brocky's going around again. Knuckles will be in.
What sort of lap time did we look at there for Brocky on that one?
Brocky did a 1:37.4.
So he's probably losing time at this stage to DB.
DB did a 1:36.3, so DB took a second out of him just on the
over a second.
Yeah. So Hardy Thump pitted. So that puts Diego up to P3.
Hijacker come in the following lap.
I don't know about the fuel strategy from Hardy Thump there. He's only put just under 3/4 of a tank in, so as did Hardy. Not Hardy, Hijacker. So those guys, I reckon, will probably have to pit again.
Question is 24 minutes remaining. Can they go on a full tank from here to the end?
I wouldn't have thought so, no.
So either way, there's the other stop there, yeah.
Yeah. So Rocky's on the light, so he'll definitely be in this lap. It'll be interesting to see how much fuel he puts in. DB's on just over 1/4. Diego's in third. He's on the light, so he'll be in. It's the Cornerstone boys go to work. I'm Rocky in the pits.
Yep.
Nice and relaxed.
6 litres of fuel, yeah. Today's about getting everything right.
Yeah, he's
Rocky.
got 2/3 to the tank and
Yep, come out on 63 litres, and we got Diego now stationary. And away. Gonna feed in behind Dadson.
yeah, Dadson will be in this lap. He hasn't pitted yet.
Uh-huh. So, yeah, look, he's in a strong position here, Diego.
They've all got basically the same amount of fuel. And the front, Rocky and Knuckles put slightly less in. They got just over half a tank.
Yeah, that car does look amazing. The Bacchus car do look of a black Ferrari.
So yeah, I'm not too sure. You'd think these guys would have to stop again.
Yeah, and that being the case, that you'd be thinking Brocky's going to have to stop for less fuel. But I've got a feeling that DB's cleared out here.
Yeah, he's 12 seconds in front now.
Yeah.
He's punching out some quick laps too. Didn't put much fuel on when he came in.
No, and
He
that's
came in recently, didn't he?
that's that's Brocky's strategy now, is that DB's going to be stationary for a longer period of time, taking on more fuel. Whether it's going to be a 12-second difference or not, we'll find out. Knuckles solid, rock solid. He's had his issues. He's had his issues in that dreaded bus stop, but still in third, 7 seconds clear of fourth. He's probably
made that first spot his own, really, hasn't he?
Probably gone into cruise mode now, I would have thought. Just make sure he gets home without any further incident.
Okay, so Artie and Rocky are on exactly the same amount of fuel.
Okay.
So I reckon that they might try and go the rest. 20 minutes on half a tank, I don't know. It's a long time, isn't it?
It's a long time. What are we looking? 136s, 137s.
Don't know.
It's about...
Still a fair bit to play out.
Yeah, it's still about... What's that going to be? About another 12 laps.
Yeah.
Don't see it happening, but we'll find out either way. Let's have a look a bit further back there. We've got a couple of cars battling away at the back of the field. The other Tyrone, new to Aussie Hampton team, I believe, this season. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe he's a graduate of the Community Series.
Community Series, yep. See him there coming to grips with that slippery rear end of the Ferrari.
Big shout out to the Moth as well. Hope you're well.
Yep.
Alright, Scotty's in. Alright, so he's got just over 3/4 of a tank in his car, so he's definitely filled to home.
Scotty.
Yep, Scotty.
Yep.
Big shout out to the guys that did the deliveries on those CP cars this season. They've actually put the name of the team that they're on the front too, so that's very handy.
We think we've got NASCAR for that and Mo.
NASCAR for that. Thank you, NASCAR. All right, so DB's on the light.
So he's coming in.
He'll be in this lap.
We're thinking that this will be a longer stop than what Brocky will need. How much longer now? The back end of this stint, Brocky's managed to gain some time, about 2 to 3 tenths.
It'd be interesting. If I was Brocky, I'd probably come in with him.
This tyre wear is having a major effect on lap time, especially the back end of these longer stints.
Yeah.
It's costing these guys up to around a second a lap as they start to sort of slide around corners, losing a lot of that exit speed.
Tell you what, the Denson Racing guys are looking pretty good.
The which one, sorry?
The Denson Racing guys.
Yes.
Diego and Denson. Diego's got just under half a tank and Denson's got 2/3 of a tank, so I reckon they're good to go. Alright, so DB slides into pit lane.
He managed to gain another second there, Brocky. The last half of that lap.
See if he's going
It
around.
was a very aggressive lap through the bus stop. He gave it everything through there. He's now...
Jeez, DB had nothing left in that tank.
0. So, that's left Brocky with a 9-second lead.
Okay, so DB's put in just under 3/4 of the tank, so he's good to go.
And all importantly, he has managed to come out in front of Knuckles here.
Yeah.
Tell you what, if he had to come out behind him,
It would have been trouble, I reckon.
that would have made things very interesting. But he's managed to sneak out just in front. It's amazing, isn't it, how these guys just manage to do that sort of stuff on a consistent basis.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? They sort of fan out in the middle of the race. But
No
come
real
into the
control
race,
over it. It's just pure luck.
And they always seem to find each other again at the end of the race too. They have all these great big massive gaps, and then come the last 10-15 minutes, everybody's on top of each other.
Now, there is somebody on the recovery trail here. He might be owing us a pit stop pretty soon, but Hijacker's back up to 5th. And that's after thumping the wall down at bus stop about quarter of an hour ago.
So Hijacker will have to stop again. He's got a quarter of a
Yeah, I
tank.
thought so. Yep.
These guys might have to start thinking about coming in pretty soon. You don't want to leave it too late.
Well, particularly with that time being lost on the worn tyres.
Yeah. And DV's so fast, you can't really afford to be out there too long on
Yeah,
old tyres.
no point staying out on old tyres. Come in, get the fuel in, and
Tell
race
you
to
what,
the
though,
end.
Knuckles is having a red hot go at him. Knuckles can stay behind him for this lap and come in. It'll definitely make some time up. Everyone else is pretty much out of no man's land.
Let's have a listen to him.
Danson could save a little bit more fuel here. He's got half a tank on board already. So
Wow.
if he could save a little bit of fuel,
He's close.
he could make
Yep.
it. Yeah. We'll keep an eye on that one for sure. Knuckles hasn't let go of DV either, but Knuckles will be in this lap.
No, we're on board
Knuckles
with Knuckles at the moment, and he's in the tow, and he's staying in there. Importantly, looks like he's finally come to grips with the bus stop.
Yep, the car's light though. The car's very light. He'll definitely be in this lap. Brocky goes around again.
There's that big slide.
Oh,
Knucks goes again.
As well.
Yep.
Just hits the light now, so get one more lap.
Should be okay, yep.
So Hardy's in. Not much feeling. Hardy hasn't learned how to fuel save in the Ferrari yet. We'll get there.
Just having a look at Dadson here, who seems to be on a slightly different strategy to everybody else. Plenty of fuel on board still. Perhaps even enough to go through to the finish here, which, you know, would potentially see him clear a few of the fellas out in front of him. Hijacker in particular, who he's just about to take now anyway. Hijacker's come in. And
Hardy's coming with 3
Oh, sorry. Righto.
Hijacker was in as well. He's just pitted too, so he's got a lot of fuel on their board, that car though.
Well, he's prepared it to drive aggressively to the end then.
Yeah.
Yeah, there'll be no short shifting there. He's going to rev it out.
Wonder if Brocky might go around again. He's not quite on the light yet. Yeah, he's going around again. Knuckles will be in this lap. Knuckles has had a shocking last sector. Could have been a little bit of fuel save in that.
Brocky on an out lap?
No, Brocky hasn't pitted yet.
His last lap was a 38, which is a little off the boil.
DB did a 37 flat, so DB made a second up that lap. Brocky's on the light as well, so he'll definitely be in this lap.
Something tells me these boys are going to come out pretty close, but I think DB might clear him.
Yeah, I think DB will be alright, because DB's had a real quick last couple of laps.
At the right time.
Yeah.
So, what's the Diego fuel situation?
The Diego fuel situation, he'll be in this lap, he's on the light.
Okay.
Artie's good to go, he's fueled to the finished.
Pretty much most of them will be now, other than obviously Brocky, who's coming in now, and Diego. I think they'll be the last two hour stops, and then it's the sprint to the line, essentially.
Oh, Dadson's real slow. Diego's slowed down. He must have had a big off somewhere.
Mr. Power, how are you, mate?
Alright, Brocky's in. DB's gone.
Yeah, this is going to be comfortable, isn't it?
Yeah. He should get out in front of Knuckles as well. Wow, right, country mile. Wow.
Holy smokes. Wasn't expecting that.
Nah. I wasn't expecting Knuckles to be 14 seconds, 20 seconds down the road anyway.
No.
So Artie's P4, Hijacker will be P5. Diego should come out P6. Dadson will maybe be P6.
Yeah,
no.
Dadson had a fair fuel.
Scotty's got them.
He's got him. He's got Dadson. Yeah. Nice clear track for Diego from here through to the end.
Yep.
Yeah, it takes something special, I think, from Scotty to be able to close that gap. The battle that could be interesting towards the end here is Dadson. He's only 2 seconds behind Scotty G. That's a cracking drive by Dadson.
Yeah, he's done really well.
Yep.
Jump out of the BMW straight into the Ferrari.
Yeah, he's been behind the wheel again for, an hour and a half now. Not quite. I think Scotty will be pretty happy with his efforts today. He's had a couple of encounters with the wall, but all part of the process, getting used to the new car.
Yeah. Dadson has a much fresher car under the nose, so don't be surprised if he does catch up.
Yeah. I think the gap's already closed by a tenth. Yeah, but all these boys, this is experience they'd all be looking for. Racing conditions in the new cars. Probably not a track. Yeah, well, where were we off to? Round one. Yeah, there's some similarities there. Yep. Some fast sweeping corners. Yep.
Yeah. Artie's in Group B as well. I thought he was in Group A, but he's actually in Group B. So.
Well, watch out, Group B then.
Watch out, Group B. I think Hijack is in Group A as well.
Yep.
So yeah, look out. Yeah, he is. He's in Group A.
Well, the back end of Hijacker's race has been impressive. He's come from a long way back. One of the unfortunate drivers that took the wall head on.
Yeah.
You can clip these walls or you can hit them head on. And when you hit them head on, that's when it's bad. Well, I think...
Wow. I think Brocky put way too much fuel in. Half the tank he's got, with 6 minutes to go.
There's a message there and it's loud and clear. I think DB's comfortable in this Ferrari.
Yeah, 100%.
I was dubious as to how much time he'd spent in it, but he's letting everybody know.
Doesn't need to spend much time in it by the looks of it.
That he will be a serious contender again come season 2.
It'll be interesting to see. We haven't seen VLX yet, though.
No, there's a handful of drivers we haven't seen.
Yeah.
But he's really put a couple of, who you would have perhaps even announced as pre-season favourites in Knuckles and Brocky. He's put them to the sword here.
Yeah, 100%.
But like you say, there is a large number of drivers not in tonight. Drivers not in tonight's practice race. We'll have a say about it too.
Big shout out to Tyrone as well there, giving the leaders plenty of space as they go past them. Put them a lap down. It's away. Got Black Project down there in 10th place for Blacklight. New team, new car this year for them. Of course, Black Project was at Switchblade last year in the Lexus. So that's a big change for them too. But he's doing all right.
Well, he's in one of those OG teams now.
Yeah.
Team with a long history now. They've been around combined, nearly 7 seasons.
Yeah.
And once again, they've turned out pretty special looking car. How do we pronounce that? Paneski, is it? No?
I'm not even going to try. I think it is something like Paneski. We'll get told off for it later if it's wrong. So. It's a good looking car though, I quite like that car.
Well, it's been somewhat of a relaxing run for a lot of these guys. They spread out pretty early. Not the most exciting race to call, but it's definitely given us an opportunity to start the process of getting my head around this commentary and camera, and I've got to sit down for the assessment, don't I, Jim Bob? What does he do? Does he sit you down in an office, just two chairs in there, does he?
Yeah, and a big light above your chair.
Waits for you to take a seat, then walks around the back of you silently. You're thinking, what have I done? Yeah. We'll can't say it's...
So if we don't hear from Claude again, we know why.
Yeah.
You'll be fine,
nice
mate.
slide, DB. Showing off for the cameras there. Nice big slide. Brocky, pointy end of the field again. He'll leave here, I think, not worried, but thinking, okay, I've got to lift my game even further.
Well, he's only been out of the car for, a couple of weeks, really. It's not like we've had a big gap between seasons like we did.
And I do believe
season one, so.
He's having to sort of mix and match the equipment he's using at the moment. He's got a few things he's involved in. Pardon me, which has meant he's had to, I believe, change wheels, change pedals, and so there's been no real consistency for him yet from that point of view in the Ferrari, but let's not make excuses.
Right,
I'll tell you what, he's closed that gap up substantially here. I don't know if we're
I think while DB might be in a little bit of fuel trouble there.
Okay. We may have gone early.
Got all the fuel in the world. DB isn't quite on the light yet. He's on the light now.
He should be okay then.
So he'll have one more lap after this.
Yes, and he's on the light now.
He's on the light now.
He's in trouble.
He could be in trouble.
Yeah.
Diego might be in a little bit of trouble as well. Brocky will be alright. Knuckles will be alright. Artie will be alright. Hijacker will be alright.
Hey!
Diego's on the light already, so he's in big trouble.
He's in big trouble.
He might have to come in. Yep. So
there might
I think
be a couple...
DB's finally realised the error of his ways, because he's not putting much effort in that loud pedal at all, and Brocky is just catching him like he's standing still.
There we go. So the mathematics have gone a bit awry for a couple of guys.
Diego never came in either.
No.
Oh, no, that was silly. I would have come in if I was Diego. So
don't know if he'll make it to the end.
Artie will be alright. He's on the light.
Artie,
DB's
lap and a half. He should be okay.
DB's going to run out of fuel. Brocky will get him for sure.
Nice little wall slap, Artie thump. And there it is.
Knuckles might have to slow it up a little bit here as well.
Brocky's just eased his way past DB to ruin all the stuff we were talking about before.
So Knuckles has gone around again as well. Knuckles made it around before zero. So Artie will finish fourth.
He's locked it away.
He's locked it away.
Hijacker fifth.
Brocky will clean up. He's going to win the race now.
Yep.
I think DB will finish second and Knuckles will finish third, because Artie's already finished. So.
Diego eases his way to the line for a sixth, handy sixth. His teammate, well done, Dadson. Awesome drive, mate. Finishing in seventh. Did manage to get around Scotty G in those final laps.
Well done, Scotty.
Made it to the end. Couple more here in the other Tyrone and Black Project. Battling it out through the S's.
Wow, so DB made it around. Knuckles is going to make it as well, so they made a fool out of all of us.
Boom.
Wow.
Would have thought with not a lot in reserve, I wouldn't have thought.
No. And there we have it, Knuckles P3 with no fuel on board.
Well, I think there's probably no surprises there
No,
with that top three.
no. Even the top four. Boys done well.
Well, that was interesting. The end was kind of interesting. A few boys getting the fuel strategy wrong, but as we were saying, I think the right guys at the right end of the field is what we were expecting, and it's what we got. Nothing too shocking coming out of that. Maybe other than the gap.
Scotty finishing in 8's a little bit of a surprise.
Yep. I think he struggled a little bit with maybe both the car and the track. Bit of work to be done there. And probably more a track, pardon me, a track issue for Knuckles. He ballsed up the bus stop one too many times. To really get a good idea of how competitive he's going to be with those top two. But the top two did clear away from him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Something he wouldn't want to be seeing again. But nonetheless, that's been a good little trial run.
Yeah,
An opportunity
well,
for...
mate.
Thanks, mate. An opportunity for us to give it a go and stretch our legs. And a few drivers to get a bit of practice in. I'd like to thank all of our viewers for all their participation, their commentary. Great job in the box today, boys. Thanks, Tone.
Thanks, Muff.
Appreciate it. We
actually got a few people watching this afternoon too.
Yeah, I was surprised. I would have been happy with 10, and I think we may have peaked at around 25. So guys still interested in the happenings during the off-season at Sector 1.
Big shout out to the fan club as well, of course.
There, man, put in a solid effort today.
Yeah, both of them did. That's 2 races today.
Yeah.
So.
Let's not forget the BMW guys. There's the plumber. Great job, guys. They did a fantastic job in what I thought was a very impressive, clean race from the BMW guys. That's a track where the first few corners can make things very difficult. And
That's right.
I don't think we had an incident, did we? I mean,
No,
if this
not
was
really.
stewarded round, well done, boys. You picked the one round where there's no stewards involved to not stuff up.
Yeah. That's about it too.
But other than that, we really don't want to sort of let this string out too much. Appreciate, again, you guys all joining us. Jim Bob for joining us, helping us out on what is our maiden solo run. Big Guns as well, helping us out earlier on. And yeah, we move on to Thursday. I believe we've got another round of practice races coming up on Thursday. If I'm not mistaken, I think they're sort of planned for around that 8 p.m. time slot. It'll all be in Discord. You'll get the information for all those that want to participate, and I do believe it will be Big Guns taking control of the commentary for that one. So
Yep.
we wish him luck with that. Other than that, guys, once again, thanks a lot. We'll leave you at this point. You've been watching Sector 1 Sim Racing, and we'll see you guys again soon.